be safer and still respect the rights of people to have their guns if they want to have them.
Authorities believe the shooter was acting alone. The cause of the shooting is under investigation. And Vice President Kamala Harris released a statement Sunday on that deadly shooting. The Vice President's statement touched on the impact of gun violence on communities while noting the Biden-Harris administration's commitment to supporting federal, state, and local law enforcement as they investigate. The statement added that all Americans deserve to be safe from gun violence. Vice President Harris also called for legislation that bans assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, as well as implements universal background checks. In Mississippi, authorities in Ocean Springs say the shooting happened Friday night near the downtown district where crowds of people were celebrating Cinco de Mayo. 19-year-old Chase Harmon died and 6 other people were wounded. Officials say they're not releasing the suspect's name as they conduct their investigation. The mayor, Kenny Holloway, said the shooting was an intentional attack. And now some continuing coverage. 8 people died and nearly a dozen more were injured in Brownsville, Texas, after a man drove his vehicle into a crowd. Police are still investigating, and the victims are believed to be migrants. NBC's Bree Jackson is in Washington with more.
At least 8 people are dead after a car plowed into a crowd waiting for a bus outside a migrant shelter in Brownsville, Texas. The city, like other border towns, is bracing for what's to come this week.
We cannot have all this overflow of people. We just can't handle them.
A massive surge of illegal crossings is expected when Title 42 ends Thursday. The COVID-era policy blocked migrants from the U.S. more than 2.5 million times. The Biden administration says it's ready.
We tried to end Title 42 repeatedly, and we're stopped from doing so by the courts. So we are prepared.
Efforts include opening a new temporary processing center and sending 1,500 more troops to the border to provide support. But Texas Governor Greg Abbott says Democrats' policies are the problem.
The reason why we are busing those migrants across the country is because small little towns on the border like Del Rio and Eagle Pass, they have no capacity to deal with the number of people coming across the border.
The president has called on Congress to do more on immigration reform.
We need to begin to have a real bipartisan discussion on comprehensive immigration reform, and I hope that my Republican colleagues will come to the table to have those discussions.
As an influx of migrants prepare to take their chances crossing the southern border. Several Texas cities, including Brownsville, El Paso, and Laredo, have already declared states of emergency ahead of Title 42 ending on Thursday. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And more stories making national headlines. The death is continuing to spark protest. Neely allegedly threatened passengers aboard a New York City subway and was later put into a chokehold by one of the riders. Now some are calling for justice for Neely, who was homeless and struggled with mental illness. Protesters could be seen chanting Neely's name and waving signs with varying messages. His death has been deemed a homicide, which is fueling calls for criminal charges in the case.
And I talked to the DA's office. I said, I know y'all got to do an investigation, do what you got to do. I'm not attacking nobody, but I'm saying that this man needs to be prosecuted. Because what you will do if you do not prosecute him, in my judgment, is you will set a standard of vigilantism that we cannot tolerate. The precedent alone is a threat to all of us.
In the Manhattan.
All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, in the name, Baha, in the name of Yahushua, who we call Jesus in the English tongue. Okay, so we're going to go over Psalm 74, and it says, O God, why hast thou cast us off forever? Why do thy anger smoke against the sheep of thy pasture? Remember thy congregation, which thou hast purchased of old, the rod of thy inheritance, which thou hast redeemed, this Mount Zion, wherein thou hast dwelt. Lift up thy feet unto the perpetual desolations, even all that the enemy had done wickedly in the sanctuary. Thy enemies roar in the midst of thy congregation. They set up their ensigns for signs. You see, so this is why Brother Al Sharpton said what he said. You know, even though I really don't agree with a lot of things the brother do, but what he just said was true. You know, uh, this these people need to be prosecuted for their charge or be charged for what they did, so that they don't send a signal off uh to these what do you say evangelists or to these other supremacists. You know that they can't be doing this to God people. You see, but the Most High ain't sleep, or he's not. He know exactly what's going on. You know, it may not look like we have no help, y'all, but the Most High, he's coming. He's coming to help, and he's coming with a lot of power. You know, to help his people out. So I wanted to go over that song this morning. Uh, let's go over one more scripture because a lot of times we feel we sometimes it seems like that we don't have no help or nobody's going to help us, and we just have to deal with whatever we dealing with uh until the Most High get here. Let's go for Jeremiah. Matter of fact, let's go for Jeremiah chapter 29 and 11, and we'll just read down to probably 16. It says, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, said the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you." So all we have to do is just pray to the Most High, and He will listen to us if we call on His true name, which is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua. Or it's not what we calling on. So He say, if you pray unto me, I will hearken unto you, and ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart. So with all your might, all your soul, with all your mind, you need to be thinking about the Most High and how to seek Him, search Him out. Uh, he said, "And I will be found of you, said the Lord, and I will turn away your captivity, and I will gather you from all the nations and from all the places whither I have driven you, said the Lord, and I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captives. Because you have said, the Lord had raised us up prophets in Babylon." Okay, so this is why you see you have so many street teachers pushing His word. Okay, because this is where the Lord word is going to be spoken and raise the people up and raise His people up, the Lord's people, in the land of Babylon, which is America. Okay, it says, "Know that thus said the Lord of the King that sitteth upon the throne of David, and of all the people that dwell in the city, and of your brethren that are not gone forth with you into captivity. So wherever the Most High scatters his people, he's going to gather his people back by his word. Okay, so this is why you, like I said, you see so many street teachers, brothers preaching the truth, because the spirit of the Most High is 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 in the brothers to push this word, to push his truth. Okay, so that's Bible prophecy that the word is going to go out in Babylon, and that the children of Israel is going to stand up on their feet and take back their culture, take back their heritage, right? So I wanted to share that with you guys, because the Most High has not cast us off forever. He has not. Uh, he has not. He don't. He has plans to come get us wherever He scattered us to. Okay. So the gathering back to Him is going to be through His word. Okay. And you're not going to get it no other way. You know. Brothers not going to be making phone calls way across country, saying this. Asking questions about who is the Israelites, who is the people. No, the word is going to do that. The Most High word is going to catch what we need to catch. And it's not for everybody. It's only for a small, certain amount of people. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And let's just, matter of fact, while I'm right here, let's just read this. I'm in Lamentations chapter 4 and 22. It says, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. You see? So that all that punishment and stuff that we had to go through for all those years is pretty much accomplished. So the Most High is gathering his people through his word so he can come back and raise up his kingdom. It says, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Okay, so the daughter of Edom are the so-called it's the so-called white people. Okay, O daughters of Edom, he will deliver thy sins. Remember, O Lord, what is come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers. Our houses to aliens. You see that? So how our inheritance is turned to strangers, and strangers are the other nations of people, right? So the children of Israel inheritance is turned away from them. You see, because we serving and walking after other gods. We're idle. We're working and serving idols. We're not serving the Lord in truth. So he said our houses are aliens. You see, because we're alienated from our truth. So in the last days, the Most High Man is set up to bring you the truth. Uh, whether you're here or not, the word is going to go out, and it's going to catch what we need to catch. So remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and I'll be back with the next one. Peace.